Okay, this is December 25th, 2021. In the year of our Lord, 2021. Okay, now, this house back behind me was where we was raised. I was raised here from the time I was about 8 to 9 years old until I was between 18 and 19 when we moved to Chadwick. This house is built out of the materials out of the Oakwood Schoolhouse. Dad bought it, brought them down here, and they made this house. As you can tell by the big tall windows, they were schoolhouse windows. We moved in here right after my grandpa's house passed away. Grandma's house still lived up there in the house up the road up there. We're going to see it here in a little bit. And we moved in here. There was 8 of us. There was Mom and Dad, and Pauline, Patsy, Vic, Rick, me, and then Penny came along. So there was 8 of us in there at one time. 4-room house. We didn't have running water until, I'm thinking, probably in 65 to 66. Now, that might not be right, but I wasn't very old because I can remember Ward Shelton coming down here and drilling the well.
What year did you move in?
Probably 1962 to 63, somewhere in there. I can't really remember, but we could go look on the Grandpa's tombstone and find out pretty close. We was asked a few minutes ago about the septic in it, and the septic was out there in the outhouse, out there in the end of the yard over there. It kind of had a natural septic to it, and right here where I'm sitting here was where we parked the cars. And Mr. Sturgeon, him and his wife owns this place now. They was kind enough to let us come down here, and so Andrew could do this video about it. Now, if you want to know any more, we're going to go inside the house now, and I'll tell you what I can about that.
Okay, I'm going to go and listen to this. Okay.
Now, when I was a kid, that was the front door, right there. Now, we had big rocks. That was all we had to climb in and out of. That deterred anybody from stealing their steps.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, this right here was the bedroom door. Okay. Now then, as we look down here, this room has hardwood floors. Mom got Dad to put hardwood floors in it. You can't hardly tell it now.
Yeah, you can see it just enough.
You can see a little bit, okay. The sheetrock is supposed to look like lumber. That was state of the art back in '62. Mom and Dad's bed was right there. Don't take that back. Dad's bed was right there. Me and Rick and Pauline slept in a bed right here. Patsy and Vicky slept in that back bedroom there that we call the ice box.
I'm going to go peek back
Just go ahead and peek in there. Let me tell you what, that's probably the coldest bedroom a person will ever sleep in.
And this right here.
Yeah, that was a closet
is
that
a closet.
Put together. So Patsy and Vicky have someplace to put the clothes. Then, in this room, you can and we got the Empire wiring in here. We talked about that. I think we might have had 1 or 2 plug-ins. That's about it in every room. Then in here, Mom had a high bed. And that's where Mom slept. Mom and Penny slept there. The flue, whenever I was about 8, 10, 12 years old, it caught on fire. I can remember that. Actually, I slept through it, in case you. I slept through the fire, but the next morning I got up and it was gone. So that's about it. The kitchen was in here, and bless its heart, we've been moved out of here for probably close. It's almost 50 years now. So you can tell what kind of light fixtures we had. And then, right here behind this screen door was one of the greatest inventions that ever happened. That's where the phone was. They put it right next to the door. Anyway.
When did you get a phone?
probably 66, somewhere like that.
You guys were uptown with running water and a
You
phone
bet.
back
We
then.
had running water after that, after we got the well built. But that's about it for in here. There was 8 of us lived in here at one time. And at one time, Patsy and Ozzy lived with us too.
Did it feel tight with that many people in here?
Never noticed it. Never noticed it because that's just the way it was. But
What's your favorite story from here?
from here,
Yeah.
well, I can tell you this story. This lock right here, Dad was out driving up. I put that lock on the door because Mom wanted the lock. So we got one of them. I call him a throw lock. And had the key and everything right there. And that was the only lock we ever had on the house that worked. Anyway, we locked it. But what we would do was Penny would have a little walker thing when she wasn't old enough to walk. And she'd roll all over where she could in the house here. Well, the door opens this way. I come up. She hates me for this. She come up there, and she was right there in the door, and the door had kind of about halfway shut. I got pushed the door shut, shoved her out the door. She's laying out there with that thing scissored around her. Yeah.
Well, I thought she was the mean one.
I didn't do it on purpose. She would have done it on purpose. But yeah, things like that. I can remember. I can tell you another story. One of those pictures that we've got out there, you'll probably get a picture of everybody here on the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Whenever Bill was about this tall, now he's about that tall. Anyway, Ozzy and Larry had went to Springfield to Katz Discount Drugstore, whatever it was, store up there, and bought a bunch of cheap SGA beer. They drank it. I never drank, but they drank it. It was in purple and silver cans. Well, we had a tub on the 4th of July sitting right there in the kitchen. Mom standing there. We also had grape soda pop, orange soda pop, and like that. Guess what color the grape pop was? Same color can. My mama, Janice had never been around a bunch like this before. My mama was standing there trying to give Janice a can. Mom thought it was grape pop. It was beer. Janice said, Maxine, I don't want that. She said, no, go ahead and take it. Janice said, Maxine, I don't want that. I said, Mom, you're trying to give her a can of beer. Your grandma blushed. I do remember that.
All right. We're gonna shut down. We're gonna move to house number 2.
Oh, that's pretty out there.
That's where that metal piece